Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Leading them out at QB is the former North Carolina Tar Heel, Mitchell Trubisky. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people. Catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, and his throw's going to be incomplete. A look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Now Trubisky to throw, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Here's Trubisky, and he slings one that's incomplete.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get it to his outlet, tried to get it to his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
On second down now, Mixon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They go play action. Trubisky. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mixon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On the delay, it's Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd down, Trubisky. It's complete. Stills. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
He'll look to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, Mixon nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready? 70, Indy. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
2nd and 3. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
He's got his tight end fan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll drop to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Get ready.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, Mixon.
Offside defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Trubisky to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. On second down, this is Harris. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, Mixon, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky, and that is incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
I know you feel that.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The kick by Marr is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Time for Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense to take over now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsay. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 5. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Here we go.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the counter, Lindsey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and inches. He finds Taylor, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's 21-3. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing here, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taking it about the 16.
Let's go. Let's do this. In your face. Let's go, baby.
Complete to Christian Kirk. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Broncos.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf. Let's go. Set, ready? And logo. Mark 56. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Hit it.
The first down.
70, Indy.
Dude. Second and inches at the 28-yard line.
Good one, boys.
Second down.
Let's go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Check. There we go.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt. The kick is good. Makes the score Broncos 24, Bengals 3.
face mask. Defense.
Mike, 47. Hey, tight that. There you go.
Yeah, baby. 60 pitch balls. 97 to the mic. I got you, son. I got to go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Come on, Lott. Come on, Lott. We better not.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Trubisky now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Trubisky will throw. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
2nd and 9 now. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
On 2nd down, Mixon trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To Mixon on the check down. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. He'll look to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. They're going to look to throw. A little check down to Lindsey. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got Smith here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 10. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Now Trubisky, and that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. All right, so let's look at these numbers. I don't want to read the tea leaves here too much, but maybe he's in his own head a little bit after that hot start and the cool-off.
Sometimes that happens, and this is where you get tested as a player in this league if you truly want to be an impact player or a star, because that's what they're going to face each and every game. Extra coverage, extra people. So now, do you fight through it? Do you find other ways? Or do you allow it to affect you to the point where you're no longer an impact on the game?
A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Yeah, baby.
Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Trubisky. And he rifles one incomplete. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Trubisky, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing here, Trubisky. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They'll go again with Lindsey. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They'll run with Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Trubisky will throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Trubisky to throw. It's complete. Stills. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. This is Mixon on the draw.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here's Trubisky. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That game's gone final now at Heinz Field, and the Steelers coming away victorious there. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, they move back over 500 now at 6-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.